Hey everyone, it's Nia Claire with The Light Up and with Yes Word Coaching. And I am so excited because this Sunday in Minneapolis, if you're here in Minneapolis, we have our first Light Up event of 2023. And it starts a little bit earlier this year. We are starting at 3 p.m. and we're going to go to 6 p.m. so you can get home and get snuggled in because you're going to want to do that on Sunday because it's going to be cold. But I love the fact that we get to do these interviews with our practitioners and with the providers, the people that are helping make each and every Light Up event unique and fun and dynamic. And I am very excited to be talking with Cyndy Guille today, who is just a beautiful, bright light in the world. Cyndy, I don't like she's like me. Yes, you. It's true.
I'm working on accepting compliments. That is something I'm working on. I just don't cringe completely.
I'll just be around you all the time because first of all, if you guys missed our first conversation, when was it? Was it November? I want to say hi.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hi to everybody who's on. So yeah, you were on with us back in November because she was at the Light Up doing tarot readings, which she's going to tell us all about. But I have to tell you, one of the reasons I love Cyndy, I was able to get a reading with her. My daughter was in the room too. We were both there, and my daughter remembers you. She talks about you. She's like, "Oh, the one with the pink hair." I'm like, "Yes, that's her." So she did a tarot reading for me, and it was one of the most amazing readings I've had. And I've had a lot of readings. I used to do tarot readings, but I love your style. I love your energy. I love your enthusiasm. And I love that you really make it very real right here, right now. So now I'm just making you uncomfortable with all those compliments.
It's okay.
What I do.
We're good.
But I would love people to know about you, Cyndy. If you'd like to introduce yourself, tell us about who you are and what you're doing in the world.
Sure.
We've got a crowd on, and Tommy says hi.
Hi, Tommy.
Yes.
Yay. Yeah, I'm Cyndy, and yep, I'm very
positive.
all the hand motions. So yeah, I'm so excited. I was really, really nervous for the first one, and it was so much fun. Like it was amazing. So it was really fun to be asked to come back. It's a beautiful experience. So if you haven't done it, this is amazing to come. Bring a friend, maybe like a whole gaggle of you guys can come.
Yes.
Make it like a friend's night. That would be super fun. We're ending early enough that you can go out for like appetizers or something afterwards, something like that. So that would be beautiful. Yeah, and so I do tarot readings, which is really fun. And I think kind of my thing with tarot, it like speaks to my soul a little bit. But it's also breaking that what is it called? Where people think something that's not right. Words are hard right now.
Oh, they are hard right now. I have been stumbling. Preconceived ideas.
Yes, there we go. Okay, thank you.
There we go.
Teamwork, I love it. So
Yeah.
people just have this idea of like tarot scary. Totally not. It is not scary. So I'm just trying to like show people that tarot is a really, really beautiful thing. Connecting with your higher self, connecting with a greater being, whatever you want to call it, and just getting some of those messages. And it's really, really fun. You can learn a lot about yourself, whether you're stuck or trying to move forward on something or developing. It's absolutely gorgeous. So it was a little hard because it was my first time last time. So I'm like, all right, we're going to do this. We're just going to do it real fast to get all the information. And I felt like I was like Vaseline oil change, like, all right, here we go. Yes, yes, yes. And just like, it was just spitting out all the information. Now, like I looked, I'm like, okay, we got 10-minute sessions. Let's find a beautiful spread that is like 6 cards, 5 cards. And I found one that's like finding like your inner soul or like refinding yourself. I'm like, this is amazing. So if that interests you, come and find me. Even if it doesn't, come find me. And we can definitely find something else to look at if you're interested. But yeah, I'm super, super excited. And I remember when you started channeling, I think you said 6 words and it like, again, spoke straight to my soul. And I just started bawling. I was like, oh, I need this. So I'm very looking forward to the channel this time too, to see what in the message for everybody. So
Yeah. It's, it's the work that we do. So for those people who don't know, like it's like intuitive work, and we can chat about this because I'm glad you brought that up. I think we all are connected in some way, and we all are connected with spirit or God, and whether it's through prayer or through meditation or through our daily living or whatever that looks like, through tools like tarot or channeling or whatever. We have our own personal connection. What I love about the Light Up event is, and that I really try to instill, is that there's no right way for you to connect, but that your connection, the way that you connect, the way that you do your work, who you are, is what matters. And because it has to feel right. And that's one of the things, like when I started channeling, so that's where I allow spirit to speak through me. When I started doing that, I was at a hard no, like no way, because it was weird. It was weird. And I was afraid of it, to be honest. I thought, I don't want to be woo woo weird out there. I like normal, like get back to my office job. But when we honor ourselves, when we start to honor that and we start to pay attention, what happens is we find out it is a part of who we are. And we show up more, more in alignment, more honestly. And that's one of the things I love about when I met with you, Cyndy, for the moments that we met, like immediately when I met you, I think your business name is called Positively Cyndy, which it's true. I love it. But that you show up wholeheartedly, you. And that's not easy until it's easy, I think. Would you agree?
Agree with that? It's hard. I mean, it's really hard. Sorry. Don't worry, okay. My hair is gonna look so much better on Sunday. So.
She's pre-cut. I know this. Yeah. I know this moment. It's like today is her best day. It's
yes. But it's hard to just kind of not have those judgments. I mean, yes, I do get really nervous and whatnot, but I mean, I've gone through some things where I tried to be other people or like someone, and it just doesn't feel good. It feels really icky type. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm like, just be your genuine self. Like that's like the main thing, is just be really authentic and be you. And that's, people are going to be driven to see you. And you're going to find people that really match up with your vibration and your energy as well. Otherwise it's just like playing pretend, which is fun for a little bit, but then it gets really hard, and it's, to keep up that false stuff. So yeah. And so that's kind of my thing too, is just telling people, just be you. Kind of my friend Dr. Seuss, like there's only one you. I mean, even if you're a twin, you're still the only one that's you. So
that's right. And I think we have to learn techniques. We have to learn things that we do. Like learning does not have to mean fitting yourself to what you're learning. It's learning techniques or methods or ideas and trying them on, just like you go and I have this image in my head, and I don't know why, but because I used to, when I was growing up, I love style. I love getting dressed up and makeup and all that. But my dream was to go to a private school, because then I could wear a uniform every day. Because I thought, if I could wear a uniform every day, then I don't have to think about it, right? I could just show up, I can just do it, which seems counterintuitive to my personality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even in the wearing of a uniform, people find a way to bring out their style. They find a way to dress it up, or to hike it up, or to tie it up, or whatever they're doing. And I think that's part of it. Sometimes you have to learn the basics, and then you can dance on the edge.
Yeah, then you put your own little spin on it, which is
Yeah.
amazing. It's similar to like when you're cooking and like someone's like, okay, here we go. Like just think about, okay, super Minnesotan here, tater tot hot dish.
Right.
I know tater tot hot dish of just green beans. So like you go to someone's house and all of a sudden there's like peas and carrots in there. I'm like, what is that? Ugh. Or you find out people don't line up the tater tots. I'm like,
That's right.
what is happening?
That's
So
right.
I mean, everyone's got their own little spin, or someone uses turkey instead of ground beef or whatever, which is kind of fun.
Yes.
But just let me know when there's corn in there, and I won't eat it.
I'll pick it out. Little
Yeah.
No, but that's kind of it. I love that because cooking, all of these things. So personally, we develop our practices. We learn one way, and then maybe we venture out. We try a few new things, but the way we learn to venture out is by being in community, by learning from each other, by trying new things. I never in a million years would have seen some of the ways that you saw cards with pop culture references. I still laugh about it. I still to this day go, oh my God, Moira Rose, there she is, bam. And I was just laughing. I think about it, I laugh. It brings me great joy. But I'm like, of course. What a beautiful spin on things that we can look at things. We are invited to see things through a new lens. And in a way, that's what channeling is. I mean, I'm going all the way around, but I think that's what channeling is a new lens. It's not telling us the way the world is. It's helping us like put on a different pair of glasses and see it with a different angle.
Yeah, I mean, the part of it too, when I do some like channels writing, and I've been learning to do some Akashic record stuff, and so it's just, there's no judgment there, which is amazing.
Zero.
To like have like a conversation or a message or whatever to go, and there's absolutely zero judgment. Like that's impeccable, and it's very, very healing, and it just speaks straight to your soul. And I think that's what I love. Like you can still go out with your friends, you're like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, and they're like, oh girl, like,
yeah,
if you're channeling, they're not going to say that. I mean, they might say, hey, here's a different way to go about it, or this isn't in your best interest, but they're not going to be like, what's wrong with you?
That's right. And I think, yeah, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing broken, there's nothing, and in doing the work, when we start to do this work, when we start to allow ourselves to open to that possibility and to hear those voices and to connect. And I think this is where that feeling of connection with God or spirit, whatever that is the hardest part, I think, is realizing how much we put on ourselves, because it's so apparent what unconditional love sounds like, looks like, feels like when you're in that connection. And then listening to the inner dialogue, the habit of our mind, the habit of our hardened heart, the habit of self-protection for good reason, all the reasons. But it starts to become more noticeable rather than just normal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad you're doing the automatic writing. I love that. That honestly is so important. I think more people do it than they realize.
Sure.
So I love that you're doing that and you're actively engaged in that. It's a powerful tool.
Yeah, it's really fun. And there's even like times like I get messages, like you said, in tarot readings about pop culture and like music. And so I was thinking of a song, and I like almost like freaked out because I turned on my car radio and the song's playing. I was like,
yep,
that's a little weird. And I clicked over to the next one and it's playing again. Like, no, you're listening to the song. I guess I'm paying attention. It just was like a really weird, like all the synchronicities that you have.
Yes.
Of all those little messages that you get.
Yeah. And then you go, are they synchronicities, or am I just on the right channel?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Am I like, and then am I on all the right channels?
Yes.
I love that. Because there's that way that we can so easily dismiss it. And I love the fact that I love it when it's so like, right in your face. Hi, Nikki. I'm glad you're on. If you guys are on, if you have questions for Cyndy or for me or about the light up, please put those in the comments. Cyndy is such a delight, and I just really love it. Now, you teach some classes too, and you're at, just so everybody knows, she's at Collective Dimensions. This is where you do your work out of, right? In Crystal, Minnesota. It's a beautiful metaphysical crystal shop in Crystal, Minnesota. I love that. I love that. And Nikki is the owner. Hi, Nikki. If tell us a little bit about some of the classes or things that you have coming up.
Well, Collective Dimensions is amazing. If you haven't been there, please go. We are definitely not your typical metaphysical shop, is how I like to coin it. It is very just, you walk in, you're like, oh, the feeling is really great. The vibration's really high. Everyone's very, very inclusive and welcoming, which is amazing, especially when you're starting out and you're a little nervous and you're not really sure what you're doing or what you need to do or what you need to look for. Everyone will be there to help you. So that's no problem. But yeah, I'm there. I've been a practitioner for like a year now. Oh, look at me, big girl. And so I am now one of the people that helps teach tarot, and we do that every Thursday at 6:30 until 8-ish. Learning about tarot, and it's definitely like, you don't have to be super, super well known in like knowing tarot cards. We just work on that intuitive learning, kind of messages from the divine or your higher self. It's really, really fun.
I love that because I will tell you, so many people that I know are looking for ways to connect to tarot, to be able to do, to either get readings or between tarot and Reiki, they're the gateway drugs for this. And some people say, oh, the, dark force. No, what it does is it opens us up to having that connection to our inner wisdom. Right.
Ooh, that just gave me body chills. Oh, thank you.
Right? It's and I loved it because you paused, you froze, and then the chills came down. It was very cool. But I will just say, I think it's so important because the symbology of the tarot, the way that the communication comes in, it helps kind of prick up our attention to recognizing signs and symbols in the world around us. I find I have found that to be true my whole life.
Yeah, and it's very interesting too, not to bore anybody, but like tarot goes with along, most of the tarot decks go along with the Fool's Journey, and that is just showing that in life goes through these journeys, and it's the same thing, different people playing different roles, but we sometimes go through these same energy patterns or just meeting different people, and so it's just kind of seeing where you're at in this journey, and you can be in one part business wise or career wise, different in like relationship or family wise, and so it's just kind of interesting just to see. And yeah, so it's really, really beautiful. So if you want to come Thursday nights at Collective Dimensions at 6:30, you're more than welcome. And I just had a class that we did on Sunday, sorry. Was the name of it was called Manifesting and Dreaming Audaciously. So yeah, we were definitely working on manifesting and how you can bring your dreams and desires to life. So just talking about manifesting and some of the tidbits about that. And then we made big vision or dream boards. And that was just super, super beautiful. And then we just raised the vibration, did a little meditation. It was really, really fun. So yeah, and I do also other fun creative type outlets too. So yeah, there's
you've been doing a lot of like work prior to doing tarot. You were doing lots of work with team building and business building. So you have a really good foundation that you are bringing forward in the work that you're doing. I love the fact that you're bringing forward the manifesting, the practice of dreaming bigger. That's awesome. That's bringing your gifts and all the knowledge and experience through a new channel. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I'm sure it's not just me that society is showing you, play small, nope, be humble, don't brag. I mean, yes, you can be very excited, but that's kind of been beaten into me, and now I need to try and like get rid of that.
Yeah.
So like I took a class or did a like a self-development type conference thing, and it was about dreaming. And
Okay.
it's scary as heck
Yeah.
to put something out there, because then it makes it really real, and
Yeah.
just to be vulnerable about it. And they're like, okay, what's your dream? And you're like, okay, well, this. Like, no, it needs to be bigger. No,
Yeah.
go bigger. And you're just like,
Yeah. Turn it up to 11.
yes, do that. I mean, is really powerful to like
Yeah.
just let all the judgment, let all of that just go, and just, what does your soul say? What is it? What does your heart need to speak? What do you need to
Yeah.
put out there? Is really, really cool. Because the thing is, we can think it like there is a need out there. Someone out there needs that. And so we just need to really work on it. And there's
Yeah.
people
I
that
love that because it's true. I often when I'm working with my clients, I'll say, you are the answer to someone else's dream.
Mhm.
You are there, whether it's an idea that you have, and it might not be for you. Sometimes we think, like, that's the thing about being a channel. It took me a long time to realize is that sometimes it just needs to be brought forward.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily for the person. Sometimes they need to hear it. Sometimes now they are the messenger for someone else in their life. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's learning to trust that and to be in the moment. And I love this. And I just want to quick say hi. I want to say hi to Patty, Adrian. Yep, I joke around. She said, never thought of Reiki as a gateway drug. Yeah, everyone, like, seriously, people take Reiki, their life changes.
Yes. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
seriously, they get through Reiki one, they're like, oh yeah, that's lovely, that's lovely. The next thing that they know, they want to touch everybody. They want to do energy work for the world. The next thing, their intuition pricks up and they're taking bigger classes. So yeah, it's kind of, so calling it a drug is maybe not the right term, but you get my gist. But I love that. I'm glad I can make somebody laugh. This is good. And this is one of the reasons I just really enjoy you so much. Your energy, your delight. You guys, if you are coming, it's not if you're coming, you are coming to the light up. Patty's going to be there. So join Patty. Tommy's going to be there. Join Tommy. Join us. We're going to have so much fun and bring something. Wear layers. I'm just going to say it's Minnesota. Nothing makes sense. So layers, and then make sure you get there early so you can get some time with Cyndy because her work is amazing. She's delightful. You will be lifted. And yeah, it's true. I'm just setting the bar very high, everybody, very
Oh,
high.
for sure.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of really, really bright, loving people who are going to be there.
And come hungry, because Violet's delicious.
You had Violet stuff, right?
Oh, yes, and I've made many orders too, because I have some family members that are vegan. So I'm like making stuff. I'm like, oh crud.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Violet, can you just whip up some stuff? And here she comes with this gorgeous hibiscus something and whatever. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah,
I never really thought of that, but it's so tasty. And I think it was tarot night. She made these cupcakes and they were like caramelized on top. I'm like, what is this amazingness? So come in and bring some hunger to develop.
I wish everybody, like, usually when I go and I see like the items, you go to the bakery and they have the vegan or the gluten-free or the dairy-free, it looks kind of sad. On the side, you just kind of go, oh, this is not sad. This is really happy, like, splurge, like, enjoy it. This is like
You sometimes
good for
eat
your
it.
body.
Yeah, you eat it and you're like, is this really gluten-free? Usually it tastes like a cardboard box, but this is delicious. So
Yes. And we're gonna have lots of fun, and we have lots of time. The second part, Amy Nestel is going to be there. She's going to be talking about really being in your energy field, which I think this year is going to be even more important to know where you begin and end and how to work with that. I think is very important. And then, of course, we'll have a channel message.
On that one.
We're all ready for this. Well, this is delightful, Cyndy. I can't wait to see you. I'm going to give you a big hug. She's a hugger like me, unlike some people out there. But
or high fives. We can do high fives as well.
Yeah. Elbows.
Yeah.
It's all good. We'll see you on Sunday, everybody. And thank you, Cyndy, for joining me. This is delightful. And you guys have a great week.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Such a pleasure.